I certainly couldn't list everyone that provided information, department heads, throughout the community, a lot of people that really did a great job of providing this information for us, and especially a public information officer, Chelsea Bakken, who you can tell as you look through this that she had a big input on this, and it certainly wasn't Keith coming up with a lot of this stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. We always want to remind ourselves that in Brookings, one of the greatest advantages we have is we have a lot of people that have contributed their time, treasures, and their talents to make Brookings what it is today. And a lot of people continue to do that, and that's what makes our community so wonderful, as Mark said. It's a great community that cares a lot about people. We want to make sure that you guys can communicate that gratitude, and that we celebrate all of our abundant blessings that we do have in our community. We know we're a great community. We've got to continue to remember that and celebrate. Next. We want to look at an economic development strategy, and one of the things that's made Brookings a strong community is that we have Brookings Economic Development Corporation, which does a good job of coming up with a strategy that the city certainly works closely with, and to help develop and grow and survive and prosper. And I've already warned some people, I don't read slides to people, so these are available. But one thing is we wanted to make sure we have informed decision-making, and from that, then we have a thoughtful process which will help guide our growth and development. It's worked well in the past, and we're going to continue to move forward with that. We want to be sure that we assemble all resources and amenities that will allow businesses to flourish in Brookings. And one of the areas that we want to do is make certain that we create an environment that establish a community as it's a community of people destination, not just business, but for people. One of the areas we really need to work on, I think we do a good job, we need to expand, is Brookings isn't just the area we're sitting in right now. Brookings is our county. As we work on a community program of excellence, we realize that it isn't just the city. The word Brookings means the whole county. And I want to see us continue to work with our lot of great communities that we do have in Brookings, everything from White to Aurora, Volga, name them, Bruce. We could be working with those communities, see how we can work better together to expand our community. Next, please. Again, as I said, Brookings Economic Development Corporation, I think everybody knows about it, but sometimes it's the best kept secret. All the great work they're doing, and you see the numbers here that they've worked with 87 business prospects on recruitment. And everything down to 114 local businesses. They've worked with them on workforce development, retention, and expansion of their programs. And also working with 164 entrepreneurs, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, helping them advance their business ideas. Next. Ooh, this is the tough one. It seems like every year we have to have this workforce development, we'll call it development program up there. We need more people. The end of December of 2019, there were 1,464 jobs open in Brookings. And right now, if you look at it, there's between 500 and 1,000 jobs open in Brookings. And people say, I don't want to work in a fast food. That's not where all the jobs are. I'll just give you a quick example. Manufacturing, there's 187 jobs open as of right now. We start looking at healthcare and social assistance, 43 jobs open in Brookings. Looking at finance and insurance area, there's 14 jobs. There's certainly opportunities there. We need to make sure, all of us in this room, in the community of Brookings, bigger Brookings that is, need to work to recruit people to come to Brookings, tell our story, make it a destination of people. Next, please. Unemployment rate. We're sitting at 3%. I guess that bothers me. We have that kind of an unemployment rate. But you think the state of South Dakota has a 3%, and the national unemployment rate is at 3.5%. We can do better. We've got to continue to recruit and talk up Brookings and make sure that we get as many people as we can here. Next, please, Jake. Our residential building permits. In 2019, there were 72 single-family homes, 4 townhouse units, 6 duplex units, and 72 apartment units constructed. The building permit values for 2019 were $48,860,000, which was an increase of $7.7 million from 2018. And of those, we see that $22.2 million of that was residential, and $56 million or 26 million, I'm sorry, was commercial. Next, please. So we look at our gross sales tax, and when we look at it, we see that our taxable sales was up 11.35%, which went from $95.4 million to $106.2 million, which has been the greatest percentage increase in a 5-year period. Areas just looking at this, and it's hard to look at the chart and tell, but when you do a deeper dive, the thing that we found is a lot of areas were down, but eating establishments were up 20%, and you'll find this interesting. Drinking establishments were up 12% in Brookings. Other areas were down. Next, please. We'll look at our general sales tax. So general taxable sales, for 2019 were up 3.24% from 2018. We noticed that construction had one of the largest increases. That was up 42%, not a surprise, the numbers I gave just a little bit ago. And that retail was up 5.2%. We'll look at this a little bit deeper here in a minute. As I always used to tell students, if I'm going too fast, I see Victoria trying to write all this down. Okay, this will be posted right tomorrow, Bonnie, on our website, so, okay? Construction taxable sales. When we look at that, as I said, construction taxable sales were up 42%, or it's $19.5 million. That tells me it's a positive growth in Brookings when our construction numbers are up. That means we're building and welcoming new people into our community. Retail taxable sales is it's up 5.2%. I think people are getting it. Shop local. Certainly we have more businesses in Brookings, but it's just fun to see the number of people. I've told this story many times. If you want to find Roxy and me on Saturday, just walk down Main Street, right, Ashley? And there we are, going into all the shops. And it's fun to see when you have to stand in line to check out because there's so many people shopping local. And that's not just at the downtown businesses, it's all over the city of Brookings. And that's what's really fun, is people are paying attention, and that $389 million retail sales tells me that somebody's shopping local. I think it's all of us. Next, please. We ended the year in 2019 with sales tax revenue of 5.2%, or $357,000 over budget for the first penny. Even though we closed strong, we know the challenges we've had with that first penny sales tax. It made it challenging for the staff to program and plan when you're never certain where that dollar figure is going to be and what we're going to be. So I'm very proud of the fact that the city of Brookings did end the year being 5.2% up in the first penny sales and use tax. Next, please, Jake. So we ended 2019 with the third penny tax revenue being 9%, or $87,000 above budget. And that was another good message to me that we have a strong economy in Brookings and we're moving forward. Next one, Jake. We look at the Midwest Consumer Price Index without going in great detail, but it's at 1.5%. And then we look at that and we say, well, but Brookings is at 20% in a lot, or 2%, I'm sorry, wish it was 20, 2% in a lot of areas and 2.5 in other areas. So that tells me that not only is the Midwest doing well, but the city of Brookings is doing well when we're beating those numbers. Jake? Well, we have so much to celebrate in Brookings. And I always look at not only our bond rating, but I've said this many times to people. I say, what's the best part about Brookings? It's the people. When something needs to be done, not only just those who have the time and the treasures and the talent, but everybody helps out. They all ask the question, what can I do? We go to groups, and I give this talk to a number of groups, and the one thing I always leave with, they say, what more could we be doing, Keith, to help Brookings? And that's what really makes us a great, great community. And all of our enterprise funds and businesses are well run. We have reserves. They're healthy, but they're not excessive. And that says because we've got a fantastic staff that manage everything that we do have in Brookings. Next, please. Oh, there's so much more to celebrate. We could go on for days, but I know the council would like to go home tonight, so we probably won't go forever. But number 2 on the perfect municipal equality index of 100. The second year in a row, Brookings was recognized with perfect score of Municipal Equality Index. So what's that? That means that we are a welcoming community. We want everybody to feel that same inclusion that all of us feel each and every day by living here. I should mention that for the second year in a row, we're the only community in South Dakota that's achieved a perfect score. I do have fun with the other mayors on that one. Had fun last year. I have a lot more fun this year telling them that. We look down at the other areas that, one thing that we do have is we have a very strong and knowledgeable Brookings Economic Development Corporation, a Chamber of Commerce, and a Convention Visitors Bureau, and they work well together, communicating and moving Brookings forward, telling our story so that people want to come to Brookings. The Brookings Economic Development Corporation did the workforce survey, and 71 companies, which represented 68% of our workforce, told the story about Brookings. What's so great about living here? What's so great? What do we want? The entrepreneur, Jennifer, at BEDC's now has regular office hours on campus working with students to help advance their ideas, and that's certainly huge. We've seen great opportunities come from that. I see even bigger and better ones. The next Al Kurtenbachs and Dwayne Sander, we're going to keep them in Brookings and grow them. So. And then we did have 3 retail grants awarded to businesses downtown Brookings, and last Thursday, wasn't it, the commercial kitchen? I keep looking at Ashley because she's got the answers. So commercial kitchen opened, pretty exciting downtown, and today, of course, we had the ribbon cutting for a new furniture store downtown. Pretty exciting times. Swift Health Center, what more can we say? They got in 2019, the George Mickelson Great Service Award, which speaks so highly of them and the great work they do. And Brookings was recognized in 2019 as a fiber-friendly city, which means that over 90% of our citizens have access to at least one fiber broadband provider. But tell our story. We're well connected. But with all these wonderful things to celebrate, Jake. Oh, I guess somehow I got a whack. Let's go to the next one, shall we, Jake? There we go. Thanks. It's probably my fault, not the operator. So, okay, next one, Jake. Well, affordable housing continues to be a challenge. We work on it. We've had Affordable Housing Task Force has worked hard on that. That's something we're going to continue to work on. We do have that new TIF project up in the Timberline. Weather has kind of slowed a little construction down, but when that's with big forecasts looking ahead, hopefully they'll be starting up on that again. That'll be 42 ICAP homes. There'll be affordable homes up in that area, and we look for that to continue to move. The city continues to talk about an area we're working on for more homes and affordable housing, and I know of a developer that's interested in more affordable housing outside the area of Brookings. Close, but not close enough. Next, please. We're continuing to be dedicated to mental health. That's an area that mental health task force surveys completed. We're using that at Brookings Police Department. I'm really proud of the crisis intervention team that they've all undergone, to make sure that they can communicate and navigate any situations which involve our citizens. The Brookings Area Mental Health Resource Guide is available, and just the task force continues to do great things in Brookings as we address all people, make sure everybody is included. The next one, I add the word adult to this all the time, and this is something I hear from people telling me that, and employers tell me this, one of the challenges they have is when their employees, if it's a snow day or a reason that the schools are not open, what do they do with the kids? Boys and Girls Club, of course, a fantastic place we have in town now. There still gets to be that opportunity or challenges, if you will, for looking at other opportunities for daycare. And it's a challenge. I've talked to several people in the last year that want to start a daycare in Brookings, and just the regulations and where are we going to put this, the affordability of it, it's a challenge. But I also add the word care, adult care, because I've had people say, Mom or Dad live with us, and one of us has to stay home with them. I understand. And so that's something we need to continue to work as a community. I put that forward as a challenge to everybody. The Child Care Committee is going to be making recommendations. They're meeting now on March 16th. They'll be making recommendations about moving forward with child and adult care, so I'm excited to see their report. Next, please. Retail growth. I already said we were up. It's real exciting, the 3 grants for downtown. You got every building filled up now, Ashley? Every building filled downtown Brookings? Huh. Probably time to add some more then. Okay, no, but it is exciting, the new buildings downtown. And as I said, Jennifer Quayle, working entrepreneur, working with people about opening up new inaugural programs. It's just a real exciting time in Brookings. Okay, Jake, thank you. Well, we're going to continue with our strong campus community relationship. We all remember fondly ESPN Game Day. Pretty busy week, but Brookings and SDSU and everybody showed people what campus community relationship is really about as we came together, represented one Brookings, and how proud everybody is that day. And to talk to people that said, I watched ESPN Game Day, and boy, that Brookings, what a town. I said, yeah, it was. It was blue, wasn't it? But that's what we're going to continue with. We've had strong relationships with SDSU, maybe because all the council are SDSU grads, I don't know. But the other thing is the fact that we do have that strong relationship. President Dunn and I meet weekly, and that's important. And I know other council members visit with the President and his staff. The city manager meets frequently with staff, as do our other staff. That's very, very important that not only that, but we have BEDC, the Chamber, CVB working closely, and of course the Swift Health Center. How closely they work with SDSU. And how many meals was it last week, Tom? 1,400 for the NAIA? If you've ever been out there when they're doing that, how they can serve that many student athletes that fast, but it's the Swift Health Center. We expect them to do great things, don't we, Tom? Okay. Just had to include you, Tom. You look like you're, had to make sure we were included. All right, next, please. And let's never forget the celebration of gratitude. All that we have, all the people that do so many great things for Brookings, it never hurts to say thank you. And so we need to say that more often. And so I challenge everybody to say thank you more often, not just when somebody opens a door for you or does something kind, but just thank everybody, because all of us together make this such a great community.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for bringing cookies and donuts to us to show your support. Also, thank you for the letters and the cards that you send, thanking our officers for what they do. I thank you for participating and supporting us in all of our safety programs that we're offered through the police department. Thank you for being such a great community to work for.
I'm so thankful for Brookings community for the support that they give to each other.
And I'm thankful to live in a community like Brookings who loves to play.
Thank you, City of Brookings, for supporting our regional landfill.
Thank you, Brookings, for all the fun that we have here at the library, coming out and supporting our puppet shows. We hope that you keep coming to the library. And I want to thank you for reading all summer long and all the fun things that you do.
Thank you so much, Brookings. I am so grateful for a community that supports its local business economy. We have so many awesome things going downtown, and it's because of all of you. I really appreciate everybody coming down to support local events. The community totally shows up for each other, and I love that about our community. Thank you so much, Brookings.
Thank you, City of Brookings employees and volunteers, and all that you do for us. Thank you, community of Brookings.
Thank you for investing in our community.
Thank you for keeping our community clean.
Thank you for your participation in the community.
Thank you, Brookings, for buying local.
On behalf of everyone involved with the airport, we say thank you for your continued support.
I am so incredibly thankful to our industry partners in Brookings, our local boutique owners, our restaurateurs, our hotels, everyone that makes Brookings tick and become the vibrant city it is.
Thank you, Brookings, for being a great place to grow up and live.
Thank you, Brookings, for being a great place to raise a family.
I am thankful for the Hillcrest Aquatic Center. It's been a great place for my kids to spend their summers.
And I am thankful for all the fun activities that Brookings offers the community.
And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be on the Brookings Committee for people who have disabilities.
I'm very thankful for all the wonderful facilities for young children. Certainly the Children's Museum is a big one, but also that the city supports organizations such as this.
I'm really grateful to live in a community that's so artistically and culturally vibrant, and thank you to everyone and all the organizations that make living here so wonderful. And I'm also grateful for our city council and administration that has put policies in place that will guarantee that we keep investing in the arts in our community for the citizens and visitors. Thank you.
Thank you to the entrepreneurs for taking the leap of faith and making this business community great. Yes, we're grateful for the Brookings business community and all they do, how they rally and make this community awesome.
I'm grateful for the strong working relationship between the private sector and the public sector. That's the way I describe it. I think that it helps make the city move forward more rapidly, and I think we're the envy of many other communities in the region.
We'd like to thank the public for your patience throughout all of our construction projects this year. Thank you.
Thank you, students, faculty, and staff, for making SDSU and Brookings your home.
Thank you, Brookings. I want to thank our volunteer firefighters, the support of the city manager, and our council to help us succeed.
Thanks, Brookings. Thank you, Brookings, for supporting your Swiftdale Center and several of the wonderful events we've been fortunate to attract here.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, City of Brookings. Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, Brookings. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Brookings, for being patient and driving safe during our road construction season.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, Brookings.
On behalf of the City of Brookings employees, we would like to thank the community for allowing us to help achieve your dreams.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brookings, South Dakota.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brookings. Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you, community of Brookings.
Thank you, Brookings.
Thank you.